Hey everybody, it's Jonathan Johnson, the founder of CT Liberty Rally and Unmask Our Kids and the Connecticut Parents Group. I'm just going to give you I want to do a quick video today. I was going to go to the Capitol and, have that as a dramatic background. I might still do that video, but I figured I'm just going to record a quick video here in my backyard. So you may have seen that I launched a fundraiser for CT Liberty Rally, which many of you probably know, maybe some of you don't. CT Liberty Rally is the group I started in response to the lockdowns way back on April 20th, 2020. We had our first protest, and that just continued on to this day. Unmask Our Kids CT started as an offshoot of that. Connecticut Parents is kind of a rebrand of Unmask Our Kids CT, so we can keep going forward. And there's been other initiatives like Vaccine Religious Freedom CT, things that have gotten deleted and censored by Facebook. So, CT Liberty Rally has been, for the last 3 years here, this organization, this grassroots effort that I created and have been continuing to go forward with to try to push back, try to fight back against bad bills and bad legislation and bad bureaucratic actions, and also to, things like Unmask Our Kids CT, right? Create mass marketing campaigns and awareness around specific issues. So if you know, maybe you don't know, but for like 12 months now, I've gone through lawyer after lawyer after referral, trying to find somebody who specializes in not just nonprofits, because a lot of lawyers do 501c3s, but the difference is a 501c4 is a nonprofit lobbyist group. So this is a group that it's a nonprofit, but also it can engage in lobbyist speech, right? So, and that's literally really what CT Liberty Rally is about. It's about legislation and bills and executive orders and bureaucratic actions and policies that we want to push back and be able to engage publicly on and have, billboards and have produce commercials and have lawn signs and produce petitions and things that we've done along the way on specific issues the last few years. We want to continue forward. So, to register as a lobbyist personally is one thing, but to have a nonprofit organization that can engage and fundraise and be able to support the efforts is really what we need to continue forward, right? There's very low caps on what you can spend and what you can do if you're not registered as a lobbyist. And then even if you are registered as a lobbyist, there's all this reporting and hoops you got to jump through. So finally, after searching for months and months and months, and even like one lawyer previous to this, I finally found a 501c4 specialist who said, oh wait, you're doing that? No, I don't agree with you politically. I don't want to work with you. But it led to a referral to somebody who is willing to work with us and supports what we're doing. And also they're based in Connecticut, because very early on I found a lawyer in Massachusetts that's like, oh, I can register a 501c4 for you, but I know nothing about the lobbyist laws in Connecticut. So if you need a lawyer that's going to be able to actually advise you on things, I'm not the lawyer for you. I'll just do the registration for you and you can, figure it out for yourself. So, and that doesn't really jive with what I wanted to do, because as you realize, like, this is what doing all the things that we've done is a lot of personal stress, and it's also liability, right? I'm like putting a big target on my back here and saying like, hey, I'm, advocating against the powers that be here in the state publicly. And, it's only going to invite more scrutiny. So, personally what I'm doing and trying to be able to, formally raise funds and also have people backing me up legally and accounting wise, being able to hire an accountant to process the tax returns for this newly formed organization that we want to form. That's what the fundraiser is for, and that's what the organization looks like going forward. It looks like a registered nonprofit that can receive donations, that has a legal team, like a lawyer backing me up, has a lobbyist specialist lawyer advising as needed, and it also has an accountant that can do the books and make all the reporting that we need to do to both to the IRS and the state of Connecticut is done in the proper manner to keep the scrutiny off of even me personally, and to help continue this voice going forward. So that's what the CT Liberty Rally fundraiser is about. It's creating this umbrella parent organization for all these other little initiatives other initiatives that we want to start as we need to going forward, is to continuing the work of Connecticut parents and speaking up for parental rights and against indoctrination in our schools publicly. And it's about continuing to speak out against bad bills, bad legislation here in the state of Connecticut. And it's about connecting people and waking people up as well. Like, we want to keep connecting freedom-minded people with fun events. And I have a really great freedom musician getting lined up. I got a meeting with them actually today on the phone, and I've actually been working on having a really awesome comic come and do a show in Connecticut that kind of got postponed, but now we're back on the and talking about potential dates for maybe most likely September. So I'm going to continue to do freedom events, but we also want to wake people up. We want to have public awareness campaigns. Unmask Our Kids CT did this awesome thing, and it produced billboards and it produced television commercials and lawn signs. And, we reached like tens of thousands of people saw our campaign. And, it's like, I have experience in live events. I have experience in some digital marketing. You saw me produce the billboard campaign, and even I have some experience in like television production and broadcast. So that's why we were able to produce a TV commercial, even though by that time at Unmask Our Kids, we basically like ran out of funding, but we did air it on Fox 61. So I know that there's so much more that we can do, so much bigger or louder of a voice that we can have here in the state, especially when we are registered as a nonprofit. I'm not hindered by making sure I don't come up against these lobbyist laws and how much money I can spend and stuff like that without being registered, as I've been kind of stifled the last year. So this is the chance, right? This is the opportunity. It's all right here before us to make CT Liberty Rally and CT Parents this permanent fixture and have it registered and be able to continue forward. But I can't do it alone. I need your help. If I was independently wealthy, I'd say, hey, you know what, maybe I'll just put up all my own money for this. But that's not where I'm at financially. And all that. So it's going to take donors. And here's the thing, even if I could, let's say, spend $5,000, right? I could maybe do that. But here's the thing, it's going to take, we would like to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to be able to do those things I just said on an ongoing basis as needed, right? Next legislative session, when there's some terrible bills that you disagree with, everyone disagrees with, how do we get the word out that these are bad? How do we make people aware that these things are happening, right? There's still bad bills that are out there right now that might get passed by the end of this legislative session. Who's fighting back? Who's pushing back? How are we making other people aware? There's a lot of echo chambers going on in the world, right? We're in these silos, right? It's an information silo. You're in a group on Facebook and you share it on Facebook and the algorithm only, or you're on Telegram, or you're on Twitter, or anywhere else, or even an email list. The same people are hearing the same messages about the same thing, and they're never actually going too far beyond, the same circles, like the same 5,000 or 10,000 people are, signing a petition or sharing information. How do we get beyond that, right? The way we get beyond that is through advertising, whether it's social media, whether it's television, whether it's radio, whether it's a billboard, right? Bumper stickers. There's all these, or even just having a public rally or a public festival, right? A music, or maybe there's music and speakers in the park like we did in 2021 at Hubbard Park, and we had bands play, and we had vendors, and we had food trucks, and we had political speakers, right? We had people coming out advocating against the lockdowns and against mandates. So, there's ways that we can reach new audiences and wake more and more people up in Connecticut. It's like, I'll just say on a personal note, it would be way easier for me just to say, hey, it's been great. Thanks for your support. It's been cool, like fighting against lockdowns and mask mandates and vaccine mandates and, against for parental rights the last few years, but now I'm going to go away. I mean, that would be a lot easier personally. It would be. I have a family, I have 2 young children. I have a full-time business that I've been running for 10 years. That's the main income for my family. That also was completely destroyed during COVID, because I'm in the event industry, and like literally, we have the longest shutdowns, and Fox 61 just aired a little snippet, little highlight thing about the wedding industry. Yes, they're like, oh, finally it's back and it's in demand. It's like, yeah, finally it's back. 38 months later, my business is at some semblance of what it used to be, and it's still like 2 employees short and doing, 50 to 75% of the revenue pre-COVID. So I'm looking at a whole nother year to recover this business. So I can go do that. I got a family. It's summer. I got a business. I need to continue to grow and get back to, trying to, crank out the best company in my industry, in our area I can be, which is still what I'm going to be doing. So it would be easier to say, okay, it's been real and just go away. But I just see the need. I know that there's other advocacy groups in our state. Some have gone away. Some are just faded. Some, I'll shout out CT RAM. We need to support CT RAM, all of us together, whether CT Liberty Rally is going to be a registered 501c4 or not. They are a registered 501c4. They are doing good work. The areas of their expertise and awareness and knowledge are unlike, any other organization here in the state. So please support them, and we got to continue on. I'm not saying that CT Liberty Rally is going to be the only group or it's the most important group. There's all other group. There's a bunch of other groups in the state, right? Like CCDL is kicking butt on Second Amendment rights, and like no one's going to replace them very easily, but we can support them. We can come up alongside with them. We can agree with them. We can bring their message to people that are in our purview, and hopefully vice versa over time, right? That their people would be aware of what we're doing and support us as well. So that's the thing, right? I'm trying to continue forward. We got all this momentum. I know personally I put in all this work, hours and hours and 3 years now of work into organizing politically, grassroots organizing. So I'm putting it out there to you. Do you want to see this work continue? If so, it's going to take funding, and it's not just one-time funding. Like right now we're trying to get to this $5,000 mark so I can have the legal fees plus a couple months of operating expenses. But then beyond that, right, if we want to have a comedy show or a music concert or might make a commercial or a billboard or do a marketing campaign on social media, it all costs money. So once we get over this hurdle, we can register, and then we can start seeking out new donors or more donations for, maybe monthly donors or annual donors, things like that. So we can start really funding this thing and keep it going. But I know it right off the bat, it's going to cost about $5,000 a year to continue CT Liberty Rally going. Then that's just the bare minimums of covering monthly expenses and annual expenses with, things that are going on with websites and email lists and petition sites and just keeping things going, and also having accountant do our bookkeeping for us on an annual basis. That's going to be added in. So that's what the money is about. That's the thinking behind it, right? The heart of it is like, I'm going to keep going forward. We can keep this thing going forward. I do, like I said, I have other things going on here in life, but I'm willing to take the time. Maybe also the thing about it is that uniquely positions me is I have a business that's primarily serving clients nights and weekends. So 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, I am working. I can work from home, and I work from the home office, and I'm doing the things I need to do to take care of clients and contracts and all those things. But I have a lot of flexibility in my weekly schedule during the week that I can do this. I can make a video, I can make a banner, I can make a billboard, I could work on projects and organize things, and then I go out nights and weekends and stuff and actually go serve my clients. So that helps me be able to do this during the week on a weekly basis, to keep this thing going forward. So I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to go forward. I was going to say, we can just do this in 2024, maybe by the end of the year, but I'm starting this now because it's going to take, like I said, it's going to take like $5,000 approximately, just under, for the registration, and estimated it's going to take $2,000 to $3,500 worth of legal work, and then it's going to take $600 for the IRS registration fees, and I think it's only $50 to register with the state for the actual 501c4 organization. So that's how much it's going to cost, right? Between about $3,000 and $4,000 estimated, depending on how much work it is. And then trying to raise at least another $1,000 to help fund, let's say about 3 more months that would afford of operations here for CT Liberty Rally. In the future, or coming soon, plan to have some more fun events and try to raise some money through getting people out, doing some fun things, connecting people like we've done in the past with some of our Liberty Nights and things like that. But for right now, the most direct way I can get to this number and be able to engage the lawyer immediately and start getting this paperwork rolling so that we are set up for the next legislative session. We are, this legislative session is about to end, but the next one's right around the corner, coming up this fall and winter, right? We're going to start gearing up for what the new proposals are. So we want to be in all settled and all this filed and registered and ready to go for the next wave here of what's happening in 2024 and beyond. So if you want to be part of that, that's what we're doing. That's what I'm doing. So I'm trying to lead and organize here around CT Liberty Rally. You can donate, you can contribute, you can read a little bit more about CT Liberty Rally, what we've been doing and what we're doing going forward. If you go to ctliberty.org/donate, go to ctliberty.org/donate. It'll take you to this donation portal that we set up. So far as of this video, you know, we're getting close. We're almost at halfway of new funding into the fundraiser, which is awesome. So this is coming faster than I anticipated as far as like getting the money in, which is great. And I want to, you know, we'll engage the lawyer as soon as we're almost, you know, once we get to 2/3, we're on our way. So the lawyer's just sitting here waiting for me to say yes and go. I already met with another lobbyist expert in his team, and he's got the legal aids. It's a really giant, reputable law firm in the state, which is really good because it's not just some one person that, you know, thinks they know what they're doing. It really is with a big law firm that can handle us as the client, give us advice. They have other legal experts around that they can refer to as well if there's a question beyond their purview, all that good stuff. So I'm really excited about that as far as moving forward. But, you know, I just need to see that we're all, you know, on the same page and want to see this thing go forward if it's going to continue. So it's going to take people volunteering, it's going to take forming a board, and it's going to take people contributing financially to continue on. So just wanted to give an explainer of all that. You know, if you've been seeing the post, you know, again, imagine I'm dressed in a tie and there's a Capitol behind me, and that video might be coming soon. But in lieu of that, I figured I'd just pop outside at my home and give you a quick video just to kind of give you an update and to give some context and face with a voice to the posts to know what's going on and why we're doing what we're doing and why you're seeing this fundraiser. So please consider contributing. Any amount really helps. We really are doing it's really amazing. Thank you to everybody who's already given. You're awesome, and I'm really excited because I do see the support, and the support's going to be needed if we're going to both get this thing registered and move it forward on a perpetual basis here in the state of Connecticut. So thank you for watching this video, and thanks for being a part of CT Liberty Rally and Unmask Our Kids and the Connecticut Parents Groups, and look forward to more action and continuing to push back and wake people up and organize people in our state for freedom moving forward. And God bless you guys, and may God be with us and bless us in our efforts, and have a great rest of your day. Thanks.